We'll be continuing with the topic which we were discussing in the previous lecture. So here we have some graph. We'll try to find two things. First, yeah. So here we will be trying to find two things: the type of equation and along with that a number of solutions or number of roots. Okay, we'll try to find two things. So if you look into this first graph, what do you think? What type of graph it is? The first one, here we are having the graph is curving two times.
Quadratic.
Think again. Will it be quadratic?
Linear.
Cubic.
It's cubic, correct. So it will be cubic equation. And how many zeros is it having? How many number of zeros? One. Yes, correct. Because it is intersecting the x-axis only at one point. Therefore, number of roots, number of solutions is one. And equation is cubic. So we have discussed this yesterday. Why this equation is considered cubic? Because of two double curves. There are double curves. Achha. Now let's discuss the second one. So what type of equation is this?
Quadratic.
Quadratic.
Single curve, quadratic. Number of zeros?
2. Sir, 2.
Good. Because it is intersecting x-axis at 2 points. Type of equation? And number of
Quadratic.
number of zeros?
And 2.
One.
Number of 0, 1.
1.
3.
Good.
1.
Achha, here, suppose if you do, chalo, yahan to you can name it. Yeah, name it.
Cubic and 3.
Cubic and
Sir,
3 zeros.
cubic.
Cubic.
With 3 zeros.
Cubic and
3 zeros.
4.
3, not 4, beta, it is 3. There are 3 number of zeros. Okay, this one?
Sir, linear. Linear.
Linear with 1 0.
0, 1.
So if you just check the number of times it is intersecting with x-axis. So linear and 1. Here,
Sir, cubic.
no, it's not.
Biquadratic with 4 zeros.
Biquadratic.
4.
Biquadratic.
Either you can call it biquadratic or simply you can say polynomial with degree 4. Polynomial with degree 4. Because there are 3 curves. It is turning 3 times. So degree, see, biquadratic is right. The term is right, but it is not given in our textbook. So we are trying to not use it here. So degree is 4 and number of roots, zeros, 4. Because it is intersecting the x-axis at 4 different points, 4 unique points. Okay. What if we are having a graph like this? What type of polynomial is this?
Constant.
Yes, excellent.
Constant.
Constant. And number of zeros equals to 0. Great. So your first exercise is only based on this concept. First exercise is only based on this particular concept. Now we'll start the concept of second exercise. Relationship between the zeros and coefficients of a polynomial. I'll explain you. Biquadratic or quadric. There are two terms, quadric or biquadratic. Or else you can simply write, this is a polynomial with degree 4. Okay. What are your doubts? Equation banana ho to. Equation, no, they won't be asking you equation right now. You can make equation of parabolas. That too will be understanding in class 11. Next year, how to form equation of this. For line, even this will be in class 11. You can make equation for parabola, line, parabola. For this type of cubic equation, that won't be covered in even in 11th, 12th. That will take some time. It is possible. See, it is not very difficult. I'll teach you. I'll teach you if required. But before that, we need to understand few things, and after that, we'll try to understand. You can use biquadratic word, but it's better to write that degree is 4. Biquadratic is not wrong, but along with that, please also write degree of this polynomial will be 4. Now we'll understand relationship between coefficients and zeros. First, we'll understand for linear equation, linear polynomial. What is meaning of parabola? Okay, good question. See, what do you mean by parabola is this type of curve. Parabola, the best example of parabola is if you are standing on ground, if you throw a ball upwards, the path your ball will be following, it's a perfect example of parabola. Any curve is not considered parabola. For parabola, there is a condition. You cannot say any curve would be parabola. For parabola, the condition is y is related to x square. Y is proportional to square of x. This is a part of your class 11. There's a chapter conics where you will be understanding in detail about parabola, hyperbola, cone, ellipse, lot of things. Parabola, I'll give you the best example. The real life example is when you throw a ball at an angle and when it comes down, that path is always a parabola. It will always be a parabola because Earth is having certain amount of acceleration downward and the ball is having forward velocity, and they make this relation. This part of your 11th standard, it will come in physics as well as math. Okay, the shape is known as parabola. Is it clear? What are your doubts? Okay. Now, linear relationship between coefficient and zeros for a linear polynomial. So standard form for linear polynomial is P of x equals to ax plus b. This is a standard form. P of ax plus b. Your polynomial, जो उसका standard form है, a and b का कोई भी आप you can use any number for a and b, but the standard form is ax plus b. It's ax plus b. Now just consider we have to find zeros. We have to find value of x such that you have to find value of x such that p of x is 0. You have to find such value of x where p of x becomes 0. So just consider p of x to be 0. Just consider p of x to be 0. And now try to find value of x in terms of a and b. Try to find value of x in terms of a and b. So first of all,
minus b upon.
Yes, it will be minus b upon e. Good. First, I'll be sending this b on the left hand side. So it will be minus b equals to ax. Minus b equals to ax. And now I'll be sending this a in division. Minus b by a equals to x. Now, what is use of this equation? You may use, you may not use. It's not compulsory to use this. Okay, for linear. Because the question would be very easy. Even if you remember this, it's fine. Even if you don't remember, not a problem. But when we will be dealing with quadratic, the relationship will be really helpful. So understand, next time if you are having a polynomial 5x plus 3, no need to solve. You know the answer. Minus whatever is b ki value of b is nothing but constant upon a. What is a? The term with this, which is with x. So you will simply get the answer. Even if you solve this, if you put p of x as 0 and then solve and try to find value of x, you'll be getting the same thing. And if you remember the relation, then also you can directly write it. So it will save your time. For linear polynomial, it's fine if you remember, but when we are going for quadratic, it will be really helpful this kind of relation will be really helpful because it will help you to easily find out the roots, solutions, zeros. So what we have done here is minus b by a. What is b? B is a constant term. एक polynomial में if you are having a term which is not with the variable, ये variable के साथ multiply नहीं है. This is alone. It is known as constant. And this a is along with x. A is along with x. So it will be known as coefficient of x. Coefficient of x. So this is 0 of your given polynomial. This can be written as minus, b can be written as constant term. What is b? It's a constant term. Divided by a, it's coefficient of x. Coefficient of x equals to your solution. Yeah, x. Yeah, आपका solution. So next time if you get an equation, let's say your equation is minus under root 2x minus 7 minus under root 2x minus 7. So you have the formula. Your final answer for x will be minus, what's b? Yeah, minus 7. And upon a, what's your a? Minus 2. Minus minus cancel. So final answer is minus 7. So this relation really helps you to find the solution quickly. यहाँ पे x की value क्या है? Minus 7 by root 2. Now those who are not understanding, just pay attention. It is not compulsory to remember. In case of linear, it is not compulsory to remember. What you could have done is just इसको 0 put कर दो. Whenever you have to find solution, question में अगर लिखा है find 0, find solution, find root, it means one and the same. P of x should be 0. Now you can send minus 7 towards right side, it will become positive 7. And minus 2, minus root 2 in division. So minus I'll again shift in numerator and I'm again getting the same answer. So if you remember the formula, it's good. And if you don't remember the formula, not a problem. But why you should remember the formula? For example, if you get some MCQ, that linear solution is in form of, and there are 4 options: constant upon coefficient, coefficient upon constant, minus constant upon coefficient, minus coefficient upon constant. So out of those things, you need to find. What happened, Anisha? What's your... Now similar relationship we'll try to understand for quadratic polynomial. Now quadratic polynomial may have 2 roots. Yes, we can use middle term splitting. Quadratic polynomial maximum 2 roots. So whenever it is having 1 root also, actually us time also in that situation also, what happens? You will be getting 2 answers, but they will be same. You can say maximum 2 distinct roots. In some equations like this one, where it touches the x-axis at only 1 point. Actually, here also you will be getting, when we solve, you will be getting 2 answers, but answers will be same. So they are not different. So we consider only, we just say that it is having only 1 root. Quadratic polynomial maximum, there are 2 distinct roots. What's the general formula? General formula of writing a quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c. Ax square plus bx plus c, where c is constant, b is coefficient of x, and a is coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square, and constant. These are the 3 things. The a, b, c are respectively defined like this. Now, in case of quadratic, we can have maximum 2 roots. Let the roots be alpha and beta. Let the roots or zeros be alpha and beta. See, it's not compulsory to name them alpha and beta. Please understand. We are following one set of rules. So, chalo book mein alpha and beta diya. In this book, it is alpha and beta. So, we are following alpha and beta. It is not compulsory that it should be only alpha and beta. But as per this book is concerned, we will try to use the alpha and beta term. But even if you use something else and you mention that I'm considering P and Q as the roots, and then you are writing the formula, it won't be considered wrong. Don't worry, वो wrong नहीं होगा. ये alpha और beta just एक variable है, जो standardly follow हो रहा है, तो उसमें कोई issue नहीं होता. अगर आप ये use करो तो better consider किया जाता है. But it is not compulsory. Mathematically, it is not wrong to use something else. But exam point of view say, don't try to do experiments. Let the roots be alpha and beta. Now the relationship between these two roots and coefficient, we have two relations. Sum of roots equals to minus coefficient of x upon coefficient
of x square.
Very good. So sum of roots is coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. So what are your roots? Alpha and beta. So their sum alpha plus beta equals to, I'll also prove the relation, don't worry, but pehle relation samajh lo, then we'll prove it. Alpha plus beta is equals to minus coefficient of x is b, upon coefficient of x square is a. So alpha plus beta is minus b by a. And at the same time, the second relation, product of roots, product of zeros बोल सकते हैं, root भी बोल सकते हैं. See, I am using both the words so that you are aware that yeah, zeros and roots both can be used. It is
Constant term.
Yes, constant term upon coefficient of
x.
Square.
So alpha into beta is C
upon a.
C by A.
Correct. So as you studied rule for linear, rule for quadratic, there are also rules for cubic. But cubic part is given in our book, but it is not from examination point of view. Okay, cubic questions is just for your understanding that there is a pattern, quadratic, linear. Similarly, cubic is also having relationship between its root, but that will not be part of your syllabus. मतलब वो exam के point of view से they cannot ask. Okay, the relationships I think they are given in your notebook also, in your textbook also. I think on
Yes, sir.
this on page number 32. So if you are having a cubic, we'll just discuss in short. We'll discuss in short. If you are having a cubic polynomial, the general equation would be ax cubed bx squared cx plus
x and plus d.
Correct. And we will be considering three roots here because cubic can have maximum three distinct roots. So let the roots be alpha, beta, gamma. Alpha, beta, gamma. The first two relationships are easy. Alpha plus beta plus gamma. Sum of roots will be nothing but यहाँ पे आपने क्या लिखा था? Coefficient of x upon x square. Coefficient of x upon, what would be the formula here? It will be minus b by a. Minus b by a. यहाँ पे भी sum of roots was minus b by a, and here also sum of roots is b by a. And in case of product,
Alpha into beta into gamma.
yes, it's minus b by a. We are just discussing, no need to learn for boards. But I hope you are preparing for other exams also. If you want to prepare for NDSC, in those situations, if you remember these formulas, it will help you. So there are some competitive exams. If you want to prepare for it, These small extra concepts will be helpful. Alpha into beta into gamma is minus b by a, and one more formula is alpha into beta plus beta into gamma plus gamma into alpha. It's c by a. C by a. So now make a pattern. One thing is very clear. In denominator, you have to always write coefficient of first term. जो भी आपकी first term उसी का coefficient है. Either let it be cubic, let it be quadratic, or let it be linear. Denominator is always the coefficient of the first term. Coefficient of the first term. And numerator में, when you are finding sum of roots, it is always minus coefficient of second term. Minus coefficient of second term. Minus coefficient of second term. Even in case of linear, we were having only one root. Denominator was a, and here it was minus coefficient of second term. So for in case of one root, it was minus b by a. In case of two roots, their sum is minus b by a. In case of three roots, again it is minus b by a. Okay. And product, the understanding for product is, it is always denominator is a and numerator is the last term, coefficient of last term. When we were having quadratic equation, the last was c. I mean not say last constant, you can say constant. Constant term will be written in numerator in case of product. Constant term will be written. Now, how to decide if it will be minus or plus? Now that depends on the number of terms. If you are having odd number of terms, 1, 2, 3, तो ये positive है. And if you are having 4 terms, तो ये negative. So basically, positive, negative, positive, negative. Positive, negative, positive. So this is a relation. You will understand at later stage. You will understand this after some time. जब आप इसके बाद क्यूबिक के बाद बाइक्वाड्रेटिक के अगर फॉर्मूला लिखने की ट्राई करोगे, there you will understand. Yeah. From this pattern, you can find relation between biquadratic polynomial also. Suppose you have biquadratic polynomial. They are trying to explain your pattern. If you understand the pattern, it will be helpful. Suppose biquadratic will be ax raised to 4, bx raised to q, c x का square and d. This would be your polynomial. Okay. Now I'll just give you two relations. See, यहाँ पे 3 relations है, यहाँ पे 4 relations होंगे, लेकिन हमें सब relations नहीं करने. We'll be understanding 2 relations. One, sum of roots. Sum of roots is always minus b by a. Sum of roots is always minus b by a. Minus second term upon coefficient of first term. And product of roots. Once again, I'll solve your doubts. Product of roots will be constant upon first coefficient, and this is alternate, plus minus plus minus plus, so this will be plus. There is a pattern. No need to remember this. I'm just trying to explain you the logic, the concept, which may be helpful in your competitive exams. Okay. Any doubts? Harsh, you are having doubt in cubic. So see, in cubic we are having 3 relationships. Alpha plus beta plus gamma. Sum of roots is always minus of second term by first term, minus b by a. And product is always last term constant by this. लेकिन आगे minus हो गया plus, तो just remember a pattern. It is always plus minus plus minus. तो b क्या है minus तो minus. As per our syllabus is concerned, this is a formula which you have to remember. 1 and 2. Cubic won't be asked from. Cubic cannot be asked in your exams. Chalo, I hope this is clear. Yes, you can remember in this way, Nisha. नहीं है, biquadratic में name नहीं है. What is your doubt? हाँ, name नहीं है, but just I'm giving you idea. There's a pattern जो आपको maths में समझनी होती है. Pattern समझ लोगे तो everything will be easy. चलो I think I have not updated the plugin. Yeah, so I'll give you a small question. If you have an equation, only one question, don't worry. If you have an equation x square minus 5x plus 7. Now I will say find sum of roots and product of roots. Try this and let me know the answer. Okay. Find sum of roots and product of roots. Okay, so I'm getting few answers. Yes, sum will be 5 because alpha plus beta sum is minus b by a. Minus value for b is the second thing, minus 5 upon a. A is nothing but 1. Here a will be considered as 1. So sum will be 5. Minus minus plus and 5 upon 1 is nothing but 5. And in case of product, yes, it will be 7 because product of roots is c by a. C is the last term with the sign. Please always consider that the positive is a positive and negative is a negative. Divided by a. X square kya kehte, there is no number. That means it is 1. That will be 7. If I give you a question like this, x square minus 7, what will be the roots and product?
Yes, sir.
If your question is x square minus 7, in this situation, what will be your square sum and product?
Sir, sum will be 1 and product of root is minus 7.
Product is right, but sum will be 0. Sum will be 0 because here your a is 1 and there is no term of x, so b is 0 and c is minus.
Yes, sum equals.
So sum will be 0 and product will be minus 7 because b is 0, तो ये 0 हो गया and here c is minus 7 upon a, which is 1. So we'll be getting this. Okay, so I will be ending the lecture here.